Good morning. Frankie's already wore out. Are you already wore out? He gets so upset when I make the bed. He's like a cat. He's got to be on that bed. Or he's miserable. I don't know what it is, but he does not like it when I change the bed. He's constantly jumping up on it, trying to get involved. And, my goodness. It's crazy. I've had cats before in the past. I used to not be able to live without a cat. Until I realized that's where most of my allergies were coming from. I didn't find it out until I had a cat who passed away from old age. And after I cleaned the house a couple times, is what I'm guessing, the dander must have got cleaned out of the house. Because I'm a pretty good housekeeper. But I mean, it takes a couple times to get it really vacuumed out of any furniture or off every ledge. It's not like I'm a professional. Just get a little dew, a little perspiration. This hot, humid. I've never been a ladylike sweater. I'm a man sweater. I sweat like a man. Always have. Anyway. So I wanted to talk about a couple things. And maybe it's just because I'm getting older. I'm getting these like insights on all of the time that I used to spend trying to fit in. A lot of time. I'm gonna see if I can see Frankie. A lot of time. These are inexpensive. I got them from a neighbor who bought them by the case. And she was afraid they were going to go bad before she used them all. So she gave me a couple packets. These are just a Clarice makeup remover towelettes, cleansing and moisturizing. And so I've been, if I forget to put on my moisturizer, I just spray my face with some water and then use one of those because they are a little dry. She had them in storage. And it does seem to have a little tackiness left behind. So I'm just going to put a little bit on there. Anyway, here's what I'm going to talk about. Talk about how when I was younger, I used to really try to make things work. As far as like, if somebody said a certain hairspray, because back then we used hairspray a lot, or a certain makeup or whatever, you know, it was important to use some of the same products as my friends, I think, you know, but I would try it. Yay, I'm glad I experiment with it, and I'll still do it. So I don't know, I'm just babbling. But here's my point. It's not to experiment. It's to not talk yourself into believing that just because you're experimenting with it, that it works and you have to give the same review or have the same opinion. And Wayne, I think his name is Wayne Goss. Wayne Goss? I just love him. He is one of the makeup artists that I've remained subscribed to over the several years that I've gotten on YouTube, from the beginning. And that's because he's just adorable. I love watching him. I'm like, I'm not going to go and use all that makeup, but I love watching him. Kind of like how I feel about Rose. I'm not going to go and get all that fancy makeup. But I'm going to see if I can get one of my darker foundations. I just feel like my skin is... I haven't been out in the sun like I usually am. So I haven't needed a darker foundation, but I'm gonna try it just because. Yeah, probably still too. Dang it. Still too dark. Anyway, I keep seeing this advertisement pop up on my YouTube when I get on there. I mean, almost every single time. About the Laura Geller makeup. And I just couldn't quite understand it because it looks like a powder, but it's supposed to be a foundation. And I know for older skin, that's not such a great idea. I mean, it's easy math, right? So, and then the commercials are like, oh, I just love it. And the end product looks really good. So I looked at it, and just like some of the fancy foundations, oh, what was that one I loved? Oh gosh, but I bought it too dark and I gave it to a friend because I didn't know I could return it off of Temu. What was the name of that? You saw it before this Laura Geller. It was that, look how orange. Yeah, that's still too dark for me. Dang it. I don't think I'm going to get to use any of my darker foundation this year. I just haven't been able to get out in the sun. And I'm going to just put another layer of makeup on because this is too orange, too dark. All right. So I'll just put it on the lighter, where I would want it lighter anyway. There we go. So anyway, La Mirage, or I forgot the name of that. Anyway, it was a wonderful foundation, and Temu has a mock-up of it, dupe, and so I put it in my cart, and then I thought, you know what? How about if I just look at some reviews on it from somebody with similar skin type, and Wayne Goss's came up. I think that's his last name, but you'll find him. He's wonderful. He's over in London or something, somewhere over there. There we go. So he's putting it on, and I'm thinking, well, he's saying all kinds of good things about it, but you got to put on a primer first, and then you have trouble matching the colors. So it ends up taking 3 different compacts to do the right color. And then there's a bronzer that you rub in, and then the on top of it. And I don't know if he watched that video, but I wish people would watch their own videos. But it looked like there was just a swatch of shine here when he was done. And he's usually, when he finishes makeup, very handsome. But then I just watched, I won't tell you that I keep forgetting names. I'm just going to say, I don't know her name. But she has skin similar to mine, about the same age. Gosh, I wish I could remember her name. She's a lovely gal. But she was saying how much she loves this product, this Sarah Geller stuff. And it was the same thing. And she said her husband even complimented her on how good her makeup looked. Now, it may look better in person than on video, which I've always had the experience. It looks like my office camera if I use the right products and don't use anything shiny, well, you know, different cameras are different. I know that. So, I don't know. I really don't. I don't know. I just know that she as well said almost the same exact things that he did. That, oh, it was hard to get a good match. You have to use the primer first. And I'm thinking, well, and then by the time she got done, I really didn't like how it looked. I really didn't. And that's, for the expense, I don't know. And the reviews on Temu for the dupe, and you can't get these dupes forever, because what they end up doing, I think, is they either get caught because the recipe's too close, so they have to quit selling it, so they just sell out of it and don't do anymore, or they're like LA Nails used to be in the old days, where they buy the leftovers, put it in a slightly different package, and sell it. That was the first time I ever heard about that, but that's how you get a lot of excellent makeup for a very affordable price, is because they make overages, and you know, if they run out of bottles, they're not going to waste the product, so they'll put it in bottles without the labels on it. That's why some of the bottles are even so similar. I don't know all the ins and outs, but that's my theory. That's my theory. That's too far over, but I'm gonna leave it because I want to keep talking. Unless I make a big mess, I'm just gonna leave it today. You know, that's part of how I built my confidence up with putting on makeup. It used to make me very nervous because I thought I had to do it just right. And then I started, you know, watching people on YouTube, and I'm like, God, they do it with such precision. They do it so right. And then I thought, you know what? I just like how they put it on with confidence and they make it look fun. And I was taking all the fun out of putting on makeup. So then I thought, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to start having some fun with it. If I make a mess, I'll just put some spit on it. How about that? And seriously, I'm not a teenager looking for a hot date anymore, or 20-something. So anyway, I was surprised that Wayne was singing its praises because of how it made him look. And then here's this lady saying how beautiful it looked. And on the video, I only watched those two. I mean, I could watch some more, I guess. This is... There we go. That smoothed it out, but boy, is that thick. I don't care. I just was really surprised that both these two people, I don't know. Lovely people. I still believe in them. Period. I'm just not certain what they're seeing. That, I don't know. I don't want to work that hard at it. If I'm going to put on 3 layers of stuff, the primer, the makeup, and then the bronzer, I'm going to do it with something that doesn't have that shine in it. I don't want shine on my old skin. And I don't want shine in a camera while I'm putting all this black. Oh my God. Let's see. I don't know. Ooh, I better do something with those eyebrows, or this will never work. I gotta get some of this. You know, I should use a different brush. Good grief. Let's try using a different brush. Kind of smooth this out a little bit. With a there we go. All right. And then just a little bit more right on the hump of my eyelids. And girl does not have any eyebrows on. So anyway, so makeup should be fun. You should get in there and mix it up. Kind of like some people like cooking. And you have a recipe and you think, how am I going to do this recipe? Well, make it fun, right? But I can really mess up a perfectly good recipe if I over season, which I do. I over season stuff. And oh my goodness, what did I? That's what I get for talking about other people's makeup. I'm just saying that Laura Geller is too shiny. It's too shiny. If you have to work that hard to make something work. See, I don't have to work hard to make the makeup that I use on a daily basis work. I don't have to what I have to work hard on is cleaning up the little messes that I make because I'm not good. I'm not an artist. So that's all I'm saying. Okay, I need some eyebrows. Just get these on here. Let's just get some eyebrows on here. Oh, I've got a busy week. I took a couple more clients on my schedule just because I thought, well, I'm so rested up. And then a few weeks ago, and I was thinning out my schedule because I did that. I realized I needed to refer a couple people out because I was just getting, it just exhausted me. So, live and learn. Kind of broke my heart to get rid of a couple people. I'm saying it so crude. Get rid of a couple people. You know what I mean. But sometimes people are doing so much better than they think they are. So they don't need me. They can have someone else. And then someone who does need my type of expertise, they get a chance to step up and have their turn. So I need So all I'm saying about makeup is I don't want to have to work that hard at recipes in the kitchen. And I don't want to have to work that hard at my makeup. I don't want to work that hard at anything. Matter of fact, I was looking at a couple decor things on Temu that in the day I would have really liked to have had, like those lit stems. Fake trees. I just thought, oh my God, but I don't have room for that kind of stuff. I have a very small home. Anyway, I just was looking at them. I was just looking. And I think this is so deep. It's so weird. There are sometimes things that we want, but we don't think about how practical they are or how impractical they are. Right? It goes for relationships sometimes. Sometimes we just want to win. Well, maybe you weren't that shallow, but I was. I was. Yep. Oh, gosh. But there are some people who want to make a relationship work. And I have client after client after client who really, that's what they're doing. Instead of recognizing that they may need to change their ways, they just don't want to lose. Oh, there it went. Flying. So they're not going to give up on a certain job or a person or employees. Instead of just saying, wow, this relationship is not working, they're going to fight it and try to make it work because they don't want somebody else to have that employee, or they don't want somebody else to have their lover, or what have you. I get it. However, when we have people, places, and things in our life taking up room, that's what they're doing. They're taking up room in our house, just like all that decor that I have to clean up around. I have to figure out how to dust it. I never know how long that stuff is going to last. So every time I turn it on, it creates anxiety on whether it's going to turn on or not. And the reviews are always like that. It'll say 75, 80% are like, oh, works great, works great, works great. Well, some people are really considerate, and they come back on and say, yeah, it lasted 5 days or lasted 5 different times. Things like that. And I appreciate that. I appreciate people letting you know. But then I'm like, oh, I can't buy it. I can't buy it because the chances are too high. It's going to fail me. And I am constantly cleaning out of my house when things start not having good memories for me. It's like, okay, I'm done with that. So why is it still around? Or, oh, now I remember where I got that. And then I start thinking every time I look at it where I got it. Then I'm like, that's not making me think every time I look at it, oh, that's beautiful. It's thinking of something about it. And that comes with time and ownership. Sometimes, I mean, there are people, and I have had things for decades. It doesn't mean anything. It just means I liked it a lot, or it had specific memory. Well, then I just got to where I had a lot of stuff, like from my godmother. I love her, period. But I also need to understand that I had a lot of her stuff and was starting to be like a little godmother museum. So it was time to do something different. Okay, I'm going to try a new Temu lipstick. I'm hooked on trying lipsticks. I'm obsessed. Okay, so I got a couple things I want to tell you about. Okay, I used to love this artist. What was his name? Dang it. Thurman? I can't remember. Anyway, on the rare occasions that I do wear jewelry when I'm out, I love a cuff bracelet. They're comfortable. I put in high-end jewelry because I have a lot of costume jewelry that I have finally gotten rid of, and I still have a lot of costume jewelry. So anyway, I put in high end, and then these had so many good reviews. They're heavy, and then I have another one that's half this thick that I can actually, I'll show it to you next time. I'm sorry I didn't show these to you earlier, but I want you to know, if you get this, don't overbend them, because I don't know what kind of material they're made out of, but it kind of hurts to get it on there. Anyway, once you get it on, it's just lovely. And I wore it for the first time the other day, and it wears really, really well. The weight of it is comforting. I can have it on, but it's heavy enough that it's going to go up and down, and you can make it a little tighter, a little looser if you need to. It's going to go up and down without getting stuck because of the weight. I just love it. And I can put a couple of my other cuffs with it. Really excited about that. Also, I have been thinking about experimenting with my fake nails. There's so many Temu people who are doing fake nails. Oh, and I got this for my wrist. Yes. But I found these, they're just like clear white nails. So I got a couple of those because I thought, well, those are cute. And then as one falls off, I'll have enough that I can keep putting them back. Because, you know, they have several different sizes. But I got this lipstick. And go ahead and try it. I'm sorry. I told you. I have these two favorite lipsticks. I don't know why I buy anything else. But a girl's got to have fun. Right? I got to try something. And makeup is sort of my... I've been on here with you. It's sort of my place. It's sort of my meditation place. Oh, I messed up the package. It's hard to get it out. Okay, we gotta figure this out. Well, this one's packed in there tight. I have not been having luck at all with Temu lipstick. Okay, this one's called Trend Color. 24-hour, lasts up to 24-hour. MC9, color 204. Here we go. Trying to get that shine off of it. Okay. Just in case you think you want to try it. Because I guess it's a dupe of something. I just don't know what. What do you think? I think it's a little bright. Tastes a little bit like... Smells a little bit like chocolate. Tastes a little bit like plastic. I don't know. Not quite sure. It'll probably look okay on camera. All right. Well, that's all I'm going to do for today. Get rid of some of this stuff. All right. Well, we tried it. And I don't know. I'm so lazy about nails. I love not having nails on. But I experimented with them once last week, and they lasted about a week. And then you peel them off because they have, instead of using glue, you just use these little stick tabs. Pretty crazy. So anyway, I enjoyed it, and it made my hands look so ladylike. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, I love y'all. Have a great day. Okay, Frankie, ready to go work? Come on, let's go work. He's alive, I promise. All right, bye for now.